Well, hello and welcome to Behind the Black Veil. Howdy ho there, neighbor. All right, it is a beautiful day in this neighborhood right now. That is what I know. I hope everybody is doing well. This is the Priesthood video. Let's pray, shall we? I dedicate myself in these conversations to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear our creative potential, and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles things clearly as they are. I'm going to go ahead and call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance that we all receive here today. Well, I couldn't wait to run over here to the Priesthood. All right, listen, a couple of announcements. Please forgive me, Priesthood, for those arrows that I had to shoot past your head the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. Listen, I'm a good shot. Don't worry. I considered you. I considered you in the whole thing. Yeah, there's a devil loose. Do you feel me? So, shoot on sight. You know what it is. Fantastic. So, beyond that, and apparently these people don't have my phone number. And so, so I had to do it in public. Sorry about that. All right, please excuse me. You don't deserve your sweet baby lamb self to have to deal with that sort of thing. Please forgive me. Also, what else? Oh, for those of you who were looking out for that Situation Room video from back in the day right now at this point, there was a situation, and so I had to classify that video. I should have said something, forgive me, but my 3D life is just crackling and popping, so forgive me. I just kind of got lost in the sauce there, but I will try to avoid that in the future. All right, let's get it popping, shall we? I think we shall. Ancestors, thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me. Okay, particularly this week. You feel me? I mean, every week, every day, every second, but wow. I feel like we was in the Hall of Mirrors, right? And when I explained the Hall of Mirrors, I think the people of Narnia, they thought they was in the real world. You know what I mean? So I think they was a little bit upset with me. They tried to grab me and pull me through the mirror. All right. So I had to do shots fired. I had to do it. All right. Well, bless everyone. Okay. And may we all become enlightened for the benefit of all beings. Amen. Beginning today with this reading. Okay. I don't know what it is, why I can't get settled with this pyramid and where it is on the table. All right. Fantastic. I'm going to let it be that. Ancestors, what would you like the Priesthood to know right about now? Because, I mean, what are y'all going through? Is the devil loose? Is the shots fired? I don't know. Ancestors, what do you say to the Priesthood right about now? What do you think is important for the Priesthood to know? Know this. I know that's right. Hello? Immediately. Queen of Swords. This is not a game, okay? We're not playing. We can see clearly here. We can see clearly. And we cut off the head of corruption is what we do here. Right. Fantastic. I love it. I don't think that's going to stay there, so I'll put it there. I love that. That's fantastic. She doesn't play. She's not having it. That's her shit. She's not having it. So that's what you need to know. All right. Nobody's having it. The ancestors are not having it. So you shouldn't have it. Feel free not to have it. Look like here. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because the ancestors ain't putting up with no shit, nor should you. Nor should you. Simple as that. All right. Come on. Yeah, see, people need to find an alternative to war. They really do. They need to find an alternative to conflict. Because here's how the conflict is going to end, look like here, when you fucking with the Priesthood. Why? I get the sensation that it's not about the fact that, because it's interesting. It's not about the fact that, she's dangerous. That's not the issue. Because your enemies are dangerous. You know what I mean? So that's not how you win the game. You know what I mean? Whatever the game is. So it's not really a game. I think that's the point that's being made here. It's not really a game. There are permanent changes that can take place right here, because this is the neutralizing action. So are y'all experiencing this then? Okay, because I recognize this information. But in this card, the reason why it's interesting is because he's hurt people and people have hurt him, like in a war. Like, you're going to strike a blow, I'm going to strike a blow. And then it's just perpetual war. You know what I'm saying? And so the war rages on in this card, but he can't, he don't have time. Look, his leg. You know what I mean? He needs to go home. He did his part right up in here. So there needs to be an alternative found to going against this Queen of Swords energy. It needs to be an alternative found. It's what's best for everyone, is the sensation that I get. Let's go further. Right, I know that's right. Okay, see, I get the sensation that you had to go there. Okay, see? You see what I'm saying? It must be what time it is. It just must be what time it is. Because loss is not defeat, that's why. But okay, why would the Queen of Swords feel like loss was defeat? I mean, she looking good in this picture. She looking like it's all working out. You know what I mean? Why? Because she doesn't want to have to do that. That's why. That's why loss is not defeat. Okay, so there must be some shit you don't want to have to do. I don't want to have... You dig what I'm saying? Something like that kind of energy. But you will, and you can be very effective. And so loss is not defeat sounds like it's here comforting you, Queen of Swords energy. You feel me? Like, it's okay, it's all right. I'm sorry you had to cut that guy's head off. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know, somebody might be comforting themselves. You dig it? Like, these readings be comforting me. You feel me? You got to get up in that hole of mirrors and keep it real. Do you feel me? Okay? Fantastic. Let us go on. Right. Exactly. High Priestess. Yeah. Knowing the secrets, connected. Refreshed connection to your life purpose. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's your life purpose. I see. Okay, so you can't feel too bad, right? Like, for instance, side note, I be seeing these news stories, right, where some cop gets shot and they're like, oh, cop was shot, and they're acting like it's amazing that he was shot. I'm like, he's a fucking cop. What are you talking about? You jump in front of the bullets, you might get shot one day. You know what I mean? Hello? Simple. Okay, sorry, let me just turn down. Do you feel me? It's simple. So I just always felt like, well, of course. Or if they die in the line of duty, shout out to the cops that died in the line of duty. If they die in the line of duty, they be acting like, oh, can you believe this? Oh, we've got to change the laws. We've got to make the laws stronger. Like, wait, whoa. You're supposed to be the one to die. Is my point. If somebody have to die around here about fighting for law and order, is all I'm saying. So it's the same principle as what the ancestors seem to be saying to you, Priesthood. I mean, with all due respect, the ancestors appear to be saying, hey, it's okay, it's all right. I'm sorry you had to cut that guy's head off. I'm sorry. But on the other side, they're like, well, this is your job, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do specifically call upon you to handle these things. Do you feel me? And that is cutting off the head of corruption in whatever way. Hooking it back up so things are clear and concise and accurate. If somebody gets off measurement, You know, like you have to keep the laws of the universe balanced. And I get the sensation we are the particles that activate when something comes out of line. Let us go further. Yeah, see? Destiny. See what I'm saying? Purpose in life. Refreshed connection to your purpose in life. Loss is not defeat. Why? Because you have a job. You're employed. Yeah. As long as you're employed, you be all right. Am I right? That's how it works. As above, so below. Do you feel me? So you work for God, you be fine. You know, yeah, it's grisly. You know, to have to come for people's head like that, that's grisly. But it is your job, right? To keep the sanctuary free of the devil. Am I right? All right, let's go on. You see how it's playing out for me, okay? Shout me out in the comments. Let me know how it's playing out for you. If you remotely on this floor, all right? Fantastic. Yeah. It's facts. It's facts. You know? I mean, at least the creator is not, you're not adding up in you know, no karmic debt. You know? I mean, lots of people cut off heads and go for heads and rearrange heads and perspectives. Lots of people do that. You know, some people are doing it righteously and some people do not. At least you have a job, look like here. Right? At least the creator's not coming for your head. Right? So, you know, don't feel so bad. You know, is the sensation that I get, because it's facts, it's truth. It's truth. It's accurate truth. It's facts. So, you know what I mean? That's as fair as you can be about some bullshit. Do you feel me? That's as fair as you can be. Right. You got to. You got to. You have no choice. Okay? Because you are flexing your intuitive capabilities. It's your job. And this is happening. Okay. This is happening because, I mean, maybe you was falling asleep. You was falling asleep on the job. Is that what you was doing? You might have been falling asleep at the job. I'm trying to reflect and see how I might have been falling asleep at the job. I don't know. Anyhow, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But I don't know if you was falling asleep or maybe you was just relaxed. Or, well, there's some sort of war raging on. You know? Or something happened, you know? Maybe there was an injury. Maybe there was an injury. And then you had to be like, okay, that's all right. All right, we good. We good with the whole war thing. I'm cool on you, war. You feel me? And I guess the creator had to double back down and turn around, right? When you was up in the, what do they call it? The medic tent or whatever it is, right? The creator had to come by and be like, yeah, sorry, there's more work for you to do. So, you know, sorry about your leg and everything. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Facts. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Why? Because you're the one who knows how to do it. That's why. You specially trained to do it. With the intuitive armor weaponry shit. Do you feel me? Facts. So, we already know that's our life purpose. If the creator call us to do a mission, you gotta do it. You know, sometimes it's grisly business. And sometimes, you know, you gotta find a way to do it. You gotta find a way forward, regardless of the factors. You gotta find a way forward. That's deep. You know, because it just makes me feel like, you know, with the injury, like, hey, I have an injury. Can I be, like, done? You know what I mean? And the creator was like, yeah, no, sorry. Loss is not defeat, though. You know, suck it up, cheer up. You know, don't feel too bad. You know, you got a great new job here. You know, and you get to represent the law. You get to represent the law. And here, I'm going to give you some super hyper intuitive capabilities. However, you can't turn these bitches off. These bitches don't turn off. Do you feel me? These bitches don't turn off, y'all. All right, let us move on. Right. Yeah, okay. See, you got to be committed to the mission if you want favorable outcome. You got to be committed. You got to do what needs doing until it's done. Period. End of story. That is your function. So, you know, like, riding in a rocket ship, I imagine. Once the shit take off, you can't be like, oh, I forgot something in my car. You can't be like, oh, you know what, I changed my mind. Like, nah. No, you're going to space, buddy. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You should have been more clear on the situation, I think. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the sensation that I'm getting, but that's favorable outcome right there. It's commitment right there. That's favorable judgment. And that's your life purpose right there. Yeah, you can find an alternative to war to where perhaps also that is remaining seated within the self. Remain seated. You don't have to approach war the same way anymore. The same way that made you feel injured. I get hot war and cold war. Interesting. Okay. Let me see if I can fix this a little better right now. Okay, that worked. Fantastic. Great. All right. Yeah, you have to protect the sanctuary. See, I said that. I said the sanctuary. And the devil, and keeping the devil out. Yeah, you got to do it. It's your job. It's your job. So maybe it seems like maybe you was relaxed at the job. Okay, because the Queen of Swords, she don't really take naps too much, but at the same time, I could imagine her putting her sword down or sitting somewhere because it's a quiet moment, and then some shit percolate up. Like, just because you had a quiet moment, please don't forget, this is a war. The war rages on right here. Okay, so, right. I hear sirens. In my vision, in my spiritual vision, I hear sirens like an alert. That's what I'm getting out of the High Priestess and the zombie card here with the forced sacrifice. You can't help it. Is the sensation that I get. You can't help but pick up on this shit. This is like a conductor she represents. This is Queen of Cups. Water is a conductor of energy. Here, she's picking up on the signal. She can't help it. It's how she was built. Do you feel me? So here's where we can't help it. So... Okay, this is interesting. Okay, because it's almost like you give up somewhat of your free will when you take a job with the law like this. To some degree, you are owned by whatever is the governing structure of that law, in this case, the creator. So it's like the creator owns you on a certain level. If you've signed up for the priesthood package during this lifetime, you are outfitted, and you can't like once you alive, you done already signed the lifetime contract. It's a done deal. You can't turn around. That's it. You got to ride it out. You either do a good job or you didn't do a good job, but you can't leave the job, and that's what I'm getting here. You have to know the deeper meaning, on behalf of the law of the universe. Like, like a scanner kind of thing. Like, you have to allow yourself to be used for the mission. You dig what I'm saying? Wow, that's profound. Okay, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Okay, that does give me a new perspective. That kind of gives me some fresh orange juice on that. Okay, I feel like I woke up a little bit to that. I mean, you know, like it's logical. It's right there, hiding in plain sight kind of thing. Oh, that's interesting. She does that. She hides in plain sight. She's imperceptible, inseparable from the element she represents. All right. And she also represents the deeper meaning. Okay, so let's go into war. Ah, child of God. I know that's right. Bursting free. Ah, strength. I get the sensation you have done much for the cause. I get the sensation. And the Creator is feeling you for that. All right? That's my wounded warrior card right there. So you get a purple heart, is what you get. But you don't get to stop functioning. You dig it? Like, oh, okay, you got hurt. Ah, it's too bad. But you know the Creator's a miracle maker. So it's like, all right, well, let me fix your leg. Hey, you get back out there, all right? Absolutely. Not on the same level, obviously, because the Creator there's a finality here. There's a finality here on this level, okay? It's like you did a good job. You did a good job. It's like a ceremony-ish. You know, it's a stopping to smell the flowers kind of thing. Like, hey, you made it back. Wow, I'm so glad to see you kind of thing from the Creator. So, yeah, you still work for me. You know, because the Creator's kind of like the Don. You know what I'm saying? So you don't fucking argue with the Don. The Don is like, yeah, oh, man, the foot. Yeah, all right. You know, I'll send you over to Vinny, fix you right up. You know what I mean? And then you get back out there. Because I know you're not going to argue, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to do that? Right? So, okay. So, but you get to surrender to the superior power of the Spirit. They're going to take it from here. You've been made. You were made man. You were made woman. All right? You a special person. You could start a whole family under your name. You know? Like the Gambinos. That sort of thing. You know? The priesthood. You dig it? That's how we do it here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. What did you show? And what must you show? See, this is so deep. This is like somebody who's highly disciplined, particularly around harnessing their fiery, passionate emotions. Okay? Instead, basking in God's grace. Like, all right. Well, that's as hype as I want to get right here. That's as hype as I want to get. Because that's Ogun. Ogun gets hype. Do you feel me? Yeah. Ogun is capable of harming many. Abso-fucking-lutely. And so he did his thing. Everybody did their thing. He did his thing. You know? It's not about that. It's about, hey, we're done with that approach. Okay? And instead, we're basking in God's grace. Instead, we're remembering that we are children of God. And there's a code of conduct. Do you feel me? So, that's the code of conduct right here. This level of discipline. You at least got to try this. You dig what I'm saying? You at least got to try this. So, that's how you keep the road clear. Okay? I get the sensation of don't burn down the bridge. Don't burn it down. You know, not for any other reason, but because, look, not speaking of burning the bridge, action guy, fire. Don't get hyped. Somebody want to fight. Look like here. Somebody wants to fight. Look like action guy. All right? Or that's the action that you ought to take. Okay? Like harness your fiery emotions and take the action of surrendering to the superior power of the Spirit. Like lean not to your own understanding. Don't try to handle it all by yourself. Type of shit. You know what I mean? Don't try to handle it all by yourself. That's interesting. Let's go further. Oh, look. Queen of Pentacles, an action guy. Queen of Earth and the King of Fire. Who could that be in your life? Perhaps they also needed to burst free from their limiting beliefs, you know, and surrender to the superior power of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? If that represents people in your life. Yeah, this is interesting because the discipline, what powers the discipline? Oh, this is deep, y'all. This is deep. This is hitting for me. This is hitting. Um, what powers the discipline is to recall how fortunate that you are, basking in God's grace, divine child of God. How could I complain? Even though, the conflict and the battle and people trying to kill me and snatch me through the mirror and cart me off to Narnia because they mad because they found out the world they live in is actually Narnia. It's not the real world. Apparently, they saw the receipts because they reacted pretty intensely here with this war energy. You feel me? Quite possibly against the children of God. Priesthood? Is that happening to you? Okay. Absolutely. Favorable outcome. If I want a favorable outcome, because it's about karma. You see what I'm saying? Queen of Swords, she's about the law of truth. Facts. Ace of Swords. It's about truth. Do you feel me? So intimacy, trust, what's healthy, what's healing. Not constantly being at war. Certainly not. Certainly not. And you don't want to have to be at war with nobody. But if you do, that's kind of your job. And that's what I'm getting out of all of that. Okay, you are fortunate. You have authority and confidence in life. You dig it? And it all comes from the spirit. Even if we're talking about your own spirit, you have to let that mysterious piece of God that lives in you be the captain. There can be no other captain. Do you feel me? The captain can't be your body anymore, is what I'm getting. The captain can't be your body because your body has too many limits. It's too many things your body can't do. Like an adult squeezing through a vent versus like a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't fit anymore. You're too big for that. You're too big for that. So you have to be well seated within the self and understand the connection of where your power comes from. The spirit has the codes, the spirit has the strategy, the spirit has the connection to be able to make you effective. Do you feel me? Without you further hurting your foot. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the approach can be physical, but it can't be high impact. I don't know. I mean, if that literally applies, but I'm speaking about it metaphorically. But at the same time, I am pointing to, more dense physical style approaches to things versus a spiritual style approach to things can be just as effective in wartime. Let's go further. Uh-huh. I see. Right. 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 So remember that part in American Gangster? Okay, I'm getting a lot of gangster references. It's very funny. It's very funny. Okay. Remember that part in American Gangster? That little habit that my man Denzel would do? Somebody started fucking with him and he was like, my man. You know what I'm saying? My father used to say shit like that, because I'm from the 70s. So yeah, anyhow, I recognize that. That seemed like home to me when I heard that. So this is the sensation that I'm getting up here. Loss is not the fear. It's okay if you got something twisted, says the Queen of Swords. It's okay. It's all right. Everybody gets something twisted sometime, right? Well, let me help you out. Let me make this clear. Do you feel me? Absolutely. Seeing past the illusion. Let's look past the illusion. Let's look past it. You know what I mean? Because the illusion is going to cause conflict. And here's where the victory lives. Why? Because God said so. Divine child of God employed to reinforce the law. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, I don't get the sense of threatening someone, but at the same time, it does feel, I mean, it's a threat, but it's like you're a threat to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever comes against the law, whoever comes against the children of God, are threats to themselves. And it really does demonstrate, speaking of representing the law, it does demonstrate that somebody might need to be under arrest. Some people need to be under arrest. Do you feel me? Like, you have to tell black people that, like, oh, some people need to be under arrest because we be forgetting, because motherfuckers be zeroing in on us for no good reason at all. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we forget sometimes. Yes, people need to be arrested. Absolutely. And locked in cages. Sometimes people need to be locked in cages. These are facts. Okay? And for that, we have law enforcement. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you are. So it's like police presence. And it's like you had to, you might have to walk up on a situation every now and again and be like, is there a problem here? Do we have a problem? Absolutely. That's your job. No one should take it personally. If it looks like a problem and law enforcement is around, it's their job to find out if it's a problem. You know what I mean? Shit don't go left until it's a problem. So you see what I'm saying? So it's not really a threat unless you're guilty of something when the cop walks up on you. Right. Unless you're guilty of something. Otherwise, what do you care if the cop walked up and said, is there a problem? If there ain't no problem, the answer is no, officer. Thanks for checking. Have a nice day. You dig what I'm saying? And that's it. But if you fucking up, then, hello, where you gonna run? How long you gonna run? They're gonna catch you. Do you feel me? Exactly. So, especially if you piss them off, right? It's not really personal, So, all right. I really shout me out if something like this is happening to you, okay? Because this is hitting for me. This is hitting. Okay. Right. Law. See? Justice. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like somebody tries to do something unjustly. Like they doing a crime, but they can't do the time. Type of thing. And it's like, well, why would you do that? Because now we're not talking about the laws of man. We're talking about the universal laws. I mean, really, where are you going to run? Do you feel me? And so that's why we have to, okay. I get it. Listen to me. Priesthood, you are God's act of compassion toward these people. Oh my God. Brilliant. Oh, Creator, long live God. You are, okay, so there's, my homeboy got this line in his song called In God We Trust. And he was saying, that's why I got a crew to protect you from me. Do you feel me? Like, my crew is not to protect me, bitch. That's for your well-being and safety and peace. So you don't have to worry about me coming down there. Do you feel me? They'll tell you everything you need to know. And that is the sensation that I'm getting here. The Creator is like, no. I put the priesthood here to explain to you in English how to not fuck with God so everything could be okay in your world. Do you feel me? So this is how people is a threat to themselves if they go against that, because it's quite out of your hands, priesthood. You are here as an act of compassion. They should not take you personally. You dig what I'm saying? They should not see you as a threat. They should not be mad because you exist. Do you feel me? They should be glad that you exist, because that's God loving them. Hello? Because you are the one who will walk up and say, do we have a problem? What is that? What is that? When that happens, that is an opportunity to diffuse the situation. That's what that is. That's an opportunity to find an alternative to conflict. That's what that is. It's not a threat. It's an opportunity for you to come into your right mind before you fuck yourself up in this world. Amen? Because some people need to be locked in cages. And that's your job, is to lock them in a motherfucking cage if they can't seem to wrap their head around that. That's what it looked like here with the justice card. And I wanted to say the penitentiary, but what I meant to say is the plantation. See what I'm saying? That's facts. Law. Do you feel me? As above, so below. That's what people need to understand around here, priesthood, about you and me. They need to understand as above, so below. And you are kindly here to explain the process, to explain the law, so that what? They can have the opportunity to avoid conflict in their world. Because who you going to pray to when God is not fucking with you? Who you going to beg for help when God is not fucking with you? I don't think you want to turn your back on that resource. And that is what you're doing. Interesting, because the Queen of Swords is a lawyer type of figure. Okay, this is interesting. This is law and order. This is gung gung, right? Okay, it's good. It's still good. Yeah. Somebody is trying to trick the court. But the court has a way of, getting to the bottom line, getting to the cracking the case. Okay, hold on here. I'm sorry. This is good. I hope you're chilling. This is good. This is like a real episode of Law and Order. It's good shit. All right. Right. Karma. It's right. Karma. Exactly. Justice for the fuck shit. Right. You have the authority to arrest people for the fuck shit. And it's a shame if you gotta, roll around and tussle with them and energetically. But there are ways, because here we're using words to remove obstacles. That's where the conversation is coming in terms of, do we have a problem here? Is this guy bothering you? You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Dig it? So, plantation. Let me enlighten you about the plantation. All right? Also, priesthood, you have to labor to rest. You have to labor to rest. Like part of that conversation is also an opportunity for you. Because it's like a protocol. It's like in martial arts where they try to use the opponent's energy against them instead of launching an offensive attack. They kind of use your energy to spin you around and make you punch yourself in the face kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like path of least resistance kind of thing. Let it roll off. Like Aikido is like that. You know what I'm saying? Where motherfuckers, you just roll, you just kind of dance with it, move, and deposit that motherfucker back, missing a few, limbs or some shit, or over here. All right, that sort of thing. So, you have to guard ultimate favorable outcome, trust, and intimacy. You have to be able to rely on law and order. We have to be able to rely on law and order. The universe must stay balanced. There has to be checks and balances. There has to be. You dig what I'm saying? And that's your job, is to make sure there continues to be checks and balances. You are the satellite. You are the avatar for the creator's energy. So if somebody come askew from the path, from the frequency, and they try to come against God's law in some sort of meaningful way, whatever is the closest avatar is activated to correct the situation. It has to be balanced, or for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's the laws of physics. It has to be done. You dig what I'm saying? So, great, that's what I'm getting out of that. Let's go into the High Priestess. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. There's some sort of strong desire, passionate new beginning connected to this High Priestess business. Opportunity to reach out to connect. Oh, you're some sort of time reader. Time reader, that's deep. Yeah. Some sort of time reader. Okay, that's getting too deep for me. Okay, I mean, not really, but I don't feel like it's congruent with YouTube. But yeah, you're some sort of engine, like you're a clock. I get the sensation. Like you're the clock tower keeper kind of thing. Right? That's what I'm getting. Like there's an engine, there's a driving force that moves you, moves through you, and that you stimulate and activate as well, in others perhaps as well. And it has to do with divine timing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a clock. And you have to do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I get that. Okay, let me tell you how it's applying to me, so maybe it can help you apply it to you. The way it's applying to me, like for instance, when I read cards, it doesn't matter what my personal opinion is. Like I might express my personal opinion, like fucking enthusiastically, but ultimately it doesn't matter what my personal opinion is, because as a reader, I'm obligated to report the information as I'm getting it. It doesn't care what I think. I can't do anything about that. I have to report what it says. Do you feel me? So that's the sensation. That's how it kind of connected for me. I hope I explained that properly. Anyhow, that's the sensation that I'm getting with the time reading. You see, more reading, more reading. Somebody's in the bushes. Look, you see what I'm saying? It's like you're activating something, but you can't help it. You can't help it. You can't help but activate this thing, this clock, this time, this moment. Forced sacrifice, thug it out. Oh, that's funny, creator. The creator doesn't give a fuck. Okay? The creator doesn't care how you feel, it looks like right here. I mean, oh, loss is not defeat. That's it. That's all you get. You dig what I'm saying? That's it. All right. Try to hear me and feel me for best results. Okay, that is the best I could say. We have to be an intuitive bunch around here. Excuse me. Yeah, it looked like You got to do what you got to do. That's the sensation that I'm getting here. But you got a good job here with the creator. This is a pretty good job. It's a good gig. The ancestors reaching out to help. You reaching out to the ancestors for help. And why do I feel like this is turning someone on? Certainly making people focus on you. Oh, because that's what time it is. I'm sorry, headphone people, if that hurt your ears. That's interesting. Let's fill in these last little doodads here. I see. See? Okay, now for me, that's like how they tried to snatch me through the mirror into Narnia because they was mad. Right? So they wanted to fight. They was mad. Right? Like, what? We gotta live in Narnia? We stuck in Narnia? Get your fucking ass over here. You know, it turned into a monster movie because remember I was talking about terror, energy, fear, like real monster movie, supernatural horror shit. You know, and that's really a frequency of energy. That's really what that is. That's electric frequencies, and that's entities living at that frequency. And it's just like I said in my book, Discriminating Wisdom, pick yourself up a copy. Unrestful spirits are literally what they appear to be. Feeling some kind of way. Spirits that feel some kind of way about their predicament. That's literally what's happening. That's why they fucking your life up. Throwing your dishes across the fucking room. Fucking with your kids. Appearing in the mirror and shit like that. They know they fucking with you. They fucking with you on purpose. They know that fucks with your head. Doing bizarre shit that just is wrong for reality, you know, and just your mind just cannot accept the shit. You know what I'm saying? They know they doing that shit. That's that Narnia shit. That's that Narnia shit. When motherfuckers is jealous that they can't escape their own predicament. So they want you to share in the misery. They want you to join them in their bizarre ass predicament. Do you feel me? And it's like they try to twist your mind. You dig what I'm saying? But it is not to be. Do you feel me? Is somebody paying attention right here to this magic mirror? Hello? That's the grand finale right there. Fucking like, damn. Exactly. Exactly. Okay? But, Priesthood, you a master with the magic mirror, though. You a master. It doesn't matter if they get mad. Listen, it's nothing personal. You might have to tussle with some of your perps. You might have to tussle with these fools. You know, the hand might reach out the mirror and grab you, and you might have to wrestle that shit off and chop it off. You might have to do that. Don't take it personal. Okay? So, you are law enforcement, and the criminals are supposed to, you know, try to escape the law, and you're supposed to make sure that they don't. Everybody's doing their job. Okay? So, okay, I see what happened. And maybe that's where the injury came from. Okay? Because you maybe was stunned by something, or something made some kind of impact on you that caused the injury, and you're like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's unfucking acceptable kind of thing. Wait, that is so funny. Okay. And you was outraged. You was like, wait a minute, what? Right? Because we bursting free of our limiting beliefs. Like, what made this person, place, or thing think that this behavior was acceptable? Do you feel me? Because it's all about keeping it real here. It's all about keeping it real. Everybody has an opportunity to do that so that it doesn't nothing leads to conflict. You know, if you have a problem, you say you have a problem, you try to solve the problem. You know what I mean? But that's different from a straight up attack. There's no legitimacy in that if nobody's fucking with you. And you breaking laws? Come on now. There's no legitimacy in that. You know, so I think you might have something happened and you was outraged, is what I get. You dig what I'm saying? But come to find out, it's really It's really just normal for what you do. It's really just very normal. Like for instance, if you are spiritual like we are and you start seeing spirits, that's not really that strange. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And not only might you start seeing spirits because what time it is, because reading the clock. You dig what I'm saying? Not only might you see these spirits, but you also have to have something for that. You also have to know about that. You have to be able to read energy signatures from spirit to spirit and take proper precautions and follow the protocols that's necessary to safeguard the law. It's what you got to do. So it's bittersweet. So it's karma for you and karma for the perp. You're the one who has to wrestle with the perp. So that's karma for you. Even though, you're in a better position, you got a good job, the law supports you. You're an appreciated member of the force. And you're given great leeway to do your job. So you're good. You dig it? But the perp, also has karma. You happen to be excellent at what you do. So if they want to attack you, they got to hurry up and be effective, because if you catch wind, that kind of shuts the program down. You know what I mean? Because that's your job. You have to pursue that mission until it is resolved. So you're not allowed to let somebody break the law and get away with it. You're not allowed. If you know there's a crime against God, against the universal law, you have to address it. If you're the closest avatar, you're the closest satellite, then you're activated. You dig it? And that's the job. So here, they wanted to have you up in Narnia, okay? Or when these things happen, is to get you up in Narnia, okay? But this is your job, and this is what you're doing here with the ancestors. You have to do this job. Why do you have to do this job? But you have help. Is the sensation that I'm getting? It's like you have to do it, but you have help. So don't worry. You got state-of-the-art shit supporting you. Why do you have to do this job? Why are you saying it like that? Oh, see? It's my veteran card. Okay, that's the other veteran card. 2 of them. Okay? This one here, going where demons and angels fear to tread. That's you. Like the priest. Like if a motherfucker has some sort of problem with the devil, who they call? The priest. Wow. I kind of want to turn around. I don't know how you feel right now. I don't know how you feel, but that whole metaphor I said about the rocket ship, you know what I'm saying? Right about now, I feel like, oh, I forgot something in my car, like, damn, I got to get off this ride, Yeah, that's right. People going to start calling you, and you're going to be the only one equipped to handle it. And so you're going to have to handle it. Wow. Because that's what I learned during Halloween. With the terror energy, with the supernatural horror movie energy, I learned that, oh, that's how you falling asleep. I see. I learned that, like from another angle anyway, that when you're dealing with demonic forces, you have to understand the hierarchy. You have to understand your position, because we're traditionally trained to look at that as an unknown, and that's understandable, right? But think of our ancestors. These matters were not unknowns to the ancestors. So some sort of interruption took place there in our knowledge, because that knowledge used to be readily available for pretty much everybody's ancestors. Like, okay, if a demon roll up on you, this what you should do. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Like the ancestors had something for everything. Okay. So I think we're coming back full circle to that. Especially being in contact with the ancestors the way we are in this modern way that we're doing, making it obviously more trendy, You know what I mean? And therefore more popular to more people at one time. And this is the most people that's been on the planet ever. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a big deal. Going where demons and angels fear to tread with no worries. With no worries. And so that's where the falling asleep takes place, is where you separate those two things and you're still living like a normal person when you're really a priest or a priestess. And you have to understand that things come with the job. It comes with the territory. You can't make it stop. The dark entities can see you. You affect them. You can't make it stop. So if they kick up because you walked in the fucking room, you have to manage that. You have to manage that. And if it becomes unmanageable, you got to kick it up a notch until you are effective and pursue the mission until it is complete. That is your job. You are not allowed to let a demon roam free. If you catch wind of this motherfucker and you the closest one by, you better handle it. Do you feel me? Because these motherfuckers can travel. They can travel, people. It's a real thing. Now, if this motherfucker get up into the electric company and become the CEO, hello? Come on, we can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. It's things like that, Or they open up a daycare center, start fucking with the babies. You know what I mean? We got to protect this world. It's up to us, is what I'm getting there. Going where demons and angels fear to tread. Also, relief and release coming from there, because you've been there, done that. So you don't have to sweat no going where demons and angels fear to tread. You don't have to sweat it. See, in this card, Guede is reflecting on how life gotta be like that, right? Taking me all the way back to the beginning, where she didn't want to have to be in conflict with nobody. She didn't want to have to wrestle with nobody. But if somebody need to be wrestled with, you gotta be there to do that. You know what I mean? On behalf of God. Same principle here. Why life gotta be like that? Kicking rocks. Because look at all these dead people. These are people who didn't make it. Or people who went before and did what he did before. And then, boom, they graduated. All right? Either way, he's next up. He's the one who's here to do it. He's the one who has the know-how. He's the one that's not sweating the small stuff and getting caught up in Narnia and shit. He know about Narnia. He like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the motherfuckers over in Narnia trying to fuck with the sanctuary again. All right, let me go over there and, and whatever the appropriate thing is. Okay, so why you got to do this job? Go into it. Why you got to? Why you can't get off the rocket? Yeah, because people can't see the vision. They can't see the vision. It's disappointing. Yeah, but you got to protect what matters the most. You can't be worried about it. I think... Okay, hold on. Let me reflect. Yeah. So some people can't see God's vision, is the sensation that I'm getting. You know what I mean? Because it was a big deal for me to come to terms with, and I've just come to terms with this, in the recent maybe 4 years or so. Some people got to be locked in cages. That's not how it came to my mind originally. It was like some people have to die horribly is how it came to my mind when I was originally learning this. Meaning you can't always be saved from what you've done. You can't always be forgiven. And by forgiven, I mean in the superficial sense of the word forgiven, meaning you get another chance, or we forget all about it, or, of course, forgiveness is deeper than that, but I just mean it in a superficial way, like where, no, some things can't be forgotten. Some things cannot be forgiven in that you are not excused. We can calm down about the shit, but you are not excused. You have to pay. End of story. And I was never into that. I was always with the Christian undertones. Like, okay, if you want it really badly, God will forgive you. You can, if you really pray hard, kind of thing. Like, there was an energy in me that really believed that. And then I I mean, certain people, it's kind of obvious. Like for me, like, pedophiles, people like that. Um, these are people who can't be rematriculated into society. Like, no, you have to be destroyed. Like, like a fucking horse with a broken leg. Like, no, we gotta put you down, buddy. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Um, so there's certain kinds of violations, like violations against God, against the soul, against human decency, where it's like some people need to be locked in cages, some people need to be put down. You know what I mean? That's a fact. That's what the military is all about. That's what law enforcement is all about. That's facts. It's a shame life gotta be like that. Why they can't see our vision for a peaceful world? Why can't they see the beauty? Do you feel me? Well, no matter is what I see in this card, because you got to protect what matters most. Bottom line, what matters most? What matters most? I hope I've been helpful during this conversation. Mutual respect. I know that that is right. The choice as well. Give me some more on that, because that's the lover's card. So that's about choosing and deciding, right? And that's also mutual respect in my deck. Yeah, connection, because we're connected. Yeah, because we're connected. We're in relationship with one another. And there has to be, in order, oh, that's interesting, because that's how it works in art as well. Like, people be trying to pass off shit like it's art. And it's like, no. If you break the rules of art, you are not doing art. End of story. There's a law. There is a law. So when Prada try to, run some shit up and down, other artists know when some shit is bullshit. You feel me? You should listen to artists. They know when some shit is bullshit. Okay? Meanwhile, everybody's like, oh, this is the shit, looking like a fucking fool. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, God bless it. Amen. So right here, you have to protect your choice. You have to protect your free will. Okay? Burning will, too. Determination. Motivation. Somebody might be trying to rob you of your passion to do your job, your passion for life, your passion for self-love, your passion for God. Oh, certainly the devil is trying to rob you of your passion for God. Come on now. Come on. Certainly. Certainly. And trying to rob you of your free will. Trying to break your dreams. Trying to hurt you. Trying to cause you to live in a nightmare. Why? Because they're exactly what you think they are. They are unrestful spirits. And they feel some kind of way about that. That they're stuck in a realm, stuck in a dimension. They are jealous and they are envious of your divine favor. Divine child of God. They are envious. And soon as they fall asleep, I guess it was a quiet moment for everybody, because soon as they fall asleep to the fact that you're a divine child of God and they start getting it in their head that they want to fuck with you some more, I guess they got up in the Hall of Mirrors and started, getting it twisted, which always happens. I did explain that about the Hall of Mirrors, did I not? Then suddenly people are thinking, I got this. Nobody's got the Hall of Mirrors, my friend. Hello? That shit is ever changing. Anybody could fall into Narnia if you don't keep your head on straight. Somebody got their head loose. Their marbles got loose. And the Queen of Swords had to come and be like, do we have a problem here? You having a problem holding your marbles together? Because I'm not about to help you pick up these marbles. I'm going to just cut off the whole shit. The whole basket is coming off. And we're going to throw your marbles in the inferno in the oven. And melt them bitches back down and make a new something out of them bitches. You feel me? And that's the sensation, because the creator's not doing that. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do all that, help people pick up their marbles. No, you don't have to do that anymore. Pick up your own fucking marbles. Matter of fact, don't drop them bitches. Or if you do, you handle it and hurry up. Right? With Action Guy, right? Because something got to hurry up in Action Guy's card. Okay? Hurry up and burst free from your limiting beliefs. Hurry up to understand the superior power of the spirit. Please don't think you could go against God. Please don't think that. And that's the best I can do to help you. Do you feel me? Because I'm the closest avatar, is all I'm saying. Do you feel me? That's energy coming from the Queen of Swords. Do you feel me? And you're quite obligated to fulfill this mission, this commitment, this favorable outcome. I have to get a favorable outcome. You know what I'm saying? It's the same principle as, say, shout out to the Christians. It's the same principle as John the Baptist. Like, the principle of John the Baptist is he was kicking up so much dust. I don't know if it was around Herod. I forget who the character was, but he was all putting their business on Front Street because there was some king that was fucking with some wrong woman that he ain't had no business fucking with. And John the Baptist apparently was downstairs, in front of the house, putting all his business on Front Street, like, you wrong, you did wrong, bop, 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 bop. And then, boom, he ends up dead, but right before they was about to kill him, they was like, oh, yeah, did we scare you, motherfucker? You terrified now? Do you regret what you've done, And John was like, oh, no, motherfucker. Matter of fact, hurry up so you could set me free so I could fuck you up in truth. Thoroughly. Do you feel me? So it's the same principle. Is nothing that nobody does is going to stop what happens if somebody is fucking with God. Nothing that nobody does is going to stop the effect. It's cause and effect. This is science. People need to respect the science of the spiritual realm. It's a real thing. It's a fact of your life. Facts. Okay, don't end up on the plantation or the spiritual penitentiary, but understand, priesthood, that they was trying to rob you perhaps of your secrets, your emotional stability, your emotional connections, disturb you. Perhaps there's some kind of relationship for those of you on the lover's floor that they was trying to disturb. You know what I mean? With the whole mirror energy, because she's got mirrors. Okay? And people are not seeing the beauty in her vision. They don't see the beauty. You dig what I'm saying? But it's quite their shortcoming that they don't see the beauty. Do you feel me? And that's the legitimacy of her cause. And here, kicking rocks. It's a shame people gotta be like that. Right? It's a shame people gotta be like that, but you gotta protect what matters most. And that is having mutual respect in your relationships when you create sound and harmonious relationships. All right, I feel that I've been here long enough. Okay, so listen, I hope that message helps somebody. I really do. For more deep ass readings, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom. Make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. And I will see you again here soon, party people, behind the black veil.